Hello. How are we doing? Good. I have to... Forgot to put on my shoes for the treadmill, so give me like seconds. By 2 seconds, I mean like 10, but like... Yeah, we got Drippo, we got Gyarados. Alpha Sapphire. Hey, it ain't so. Alright. How are we doing? I found it in the last stream, Gyarados. Yesterday's stream. Oh yeah, I guess I should control this guy, huh? It'd be so cool if I had it on my account right now. What do you mean? What you talking about? What you talking about? What you yammering about? I did get the rarer thing, yeah, of course. The one I wanted more, of course not. Why'd I evolve? I lost value. Yeah, I did lose value, but look at him. It's so cool now that it got its remodel. It is so clean. This is what Speeder used it. How Speeder used it. I mean, I caught it robust, but he did double pivot, hazard removal, rejuvenate. This is how he used it. Free set, free set. Hit Tay's optimal for hunting. Well, there we go. Only Gumpod and Nelly want to learn tribute? Why? I step over here. Alright, there we go. Yeah, the Kiego saddle lets you can just run up to it and just go through it. It's with some specific saddles. Alright, no, it's over. Okay. And so the journey continues. Was I screaming and yelling? I mean, I had a reaction, but I was not kicking and screaming. Well, you say I've completed the event, but I still need the Gumpod. Alright. Oh wait, whoa, Drippo, you're not supposed to expose me like that. I was supposed to sound chill and collected. What do you mean? You can't be exposing me. Yeah, it was around the 40-minute mark, yep. Say nonchalant. Ah, dang it, I was too boomer to, be up to date on that. I was too boomer. Closer to 50. Closer to 50 than I am to 0, yeah. You think you missed the emotional support Geklow? Oh no. If only I could hunt on any mount and it would be optimal, because then I would obviously be on the Iguana one right now. What, was I on the treadmill when I found it? Yeah. Yes, sir. I was getting them steps in when I found it. What music is this? This is a Dream AZ theme. This is from the ZA DLC. Maybe I need to hunt on the Ventacean one. Oh, what's up, Tyler? Oh shoot, an LFH, guys. Oh my god, it's not secret ability. But yeah, now the hunt is on for the Gum Pod, and I honestly hope that I get it on my ult. Because then I have 2 celebration discs on my ult. And I have none on my main. Time you choose to help your school and skip stream is the time I actually get to Geklow. Ah, dang. It's fine. Wait, SA. That means... Hold up. Do I get the Gum Pod if you're not here? You leave! Joke, but... Gonna Gamma Protagon, even though you weren't using Roam Boost. Oh, dang. That is some quality luck. Water disc is nice enough. I mean, yeah, the wave disc fits the color scheme for sure. I just want the effects from the celebration disc. I want the effect. I'll keep for my singing. I guess it was a bit of singing, you know, but not necessarily real singing. But yeah, I agree. I agree that it could be considered singing. What's up, Think Run? You didn't do the 24-hour hunt? Oh my gosh, you respected yourself enough. I'm so proud of you. You had enough self-respect. The greed never ends. John, you're absolutely right. I need the Gum Pod. Did about 12 hours though? You know what? Yeah, baby steps. Were you on 2 accounts while doing it? Imagine I champion. Well, the champion crown doesn't have like it's not the same shade of blue. It's much lighter. But I mean, yeah. If there were a darker one, then yeah, that would be cool. It gets too hot. Yeah, that's why I emulate mine to my PC. It helps. You know. Female icon isn't blue, so it's suboptimal. Well, my Iguana is male, so. It's female! I thought it was male! What? No! It's suboptimal! No! Found a Gamma Shashi yesterday. Nice. Assuming in 2026. Yeah. That's on me. Champion Crown Sapphire Geklow would be one of the problem with the Champion Crown is it's so like light blue. Like LSU was randomly on Loomian yesterday. He was sitting in the Coliseum, so I was able to get a good look at the shade of blue for Champion. It's way too light. It does not match. Like, it's even lighter than the Celebration disc. Didn't he play while driving? So he has claimed, at the very least. You know, that is self-proclaimed things. Did he say it for a bit? Maybe. Who knows? I'd like to assume the dude is smart enough to not actually do that. Would be, you know... He's found all the Gleam Gem Gun Pods? Dang! I have found none of the Gleam Gem Gun Pods. All and smart. Oh, well... Big red to oversaturate and brighten the Geklows, the Sapphire one. No. I like the color. I like the color scheme it has. Didn't I find Silver Gem? No. That's not a gem. The gems are Emerald, Ruby, Sapphire. I have Bronze, Silver, Gold, Gun Pod. Yeah, but those aren't gems. I mean, you're not dumb. It's just a technicality, right? Like, it doesn't... In the long run, it doesn't actually matter. It's cool. Yeah, it's cool. We could make Brad to darken the crown. There we go. Yeah, a lot of people call them all gems. Like, it's the gem reskin. Like, it's fair to group them all up that way, but... Yeah, technically they're not all gems. What about gold? What about it? Also, the AC in my house has been turned off for the year. So I was actually able to open my window and put a fan in. It is so much better. Like, actually having... like, fresh, cool air thrown on me rather than having a fan that's like 30 feet away blowing from a vent. So much better. But yeah, I if we got like a dark blue crown accessory, I would 100% grind for those. Well, if it's PvP, maybe not, but I'd 100% try and get them for these guys. I think I'm also going to like try and get the other ones, the other Sapphire ones like Oxydrake and Gardrone from trading. I don't know how I'm gonna manage it, but I'm gonna try. I just gotta try to get everything, right? Except maybe the Icicle. I don't particularly care about the Icicle. Yeah, no, I say like I would never expect anybody to like 100% assume that like you're separating the first three and the last three. You're sure that they will return? I mean, that would be years out from now. I'd rather, like, the goal would be to get things that I can use to trade for them now, or like, you know, in a more closer future, less distant future. Apparently the Oxydrake is really clean, but I've never actually seen like a high quality image of it. I've only seen the one on the wiki, and I wasn't impressed. Much like this Munch Wheel, I'm not very impressed. By Munch Wheel, I mean Chomp Factor, but like, you get it. So yeah, I'm just gonna try and see what all stuff I can scrounge up to try and trade for that stuff, but I don't think I have much that I'm willing to trade. Like I have plenty of stuff in general. Like I have the Dragadine, the Dusket, all that stuff, but none of that's for trade. So I'm gonna have to, again, like I keep saying, eventually organize my boxes. So maybe I'll wait to organize my boxes until Route 9. The reason for that is like when that one guy, you know, leaked, or when he said he was going to remake the entirety of Loomian, because he has like all the files and whatnot. They leaked that they're working on some like actual like box switching feature where you can move your boxes around. So yeah, maybe I'll wait for that. But yeah, I'm gonna do that at some point. I think they have the situation handled by now. I don't know. I would assume so. I would assume so. What? What? Do I prefer Emerald or Ruby? I would prefer Ruby. Yeah, between the two, I prefer Ruby. I would say I like the red and black more than the green and black. Maybe after this stream, maybe after the 2 sets of boosts I do, I will look through my boxes. Maybe. Yeah, I'll go through my boxes, see if I have like anything worthwhile. Like the only thing I can think of that's in my box that has anything that's worth anything is the Gamma Halloween Elephage. Thank you, Wino. Thank you. Now I just got to get the Ventacean. What my primary target was in the first place. Well, I guess I can't say in the first place because I was going to hunt in the stream before realizing it was Ventacean. But like once I saw the Ventacean, it became a primary. Yo, the Ventacean! It's time. We gotta get the Ventacean. Instead, we get an Alpha Geklow on the alt. Does Geklow make me feel hopeful? I would say yes, because I got, it's twice as rare as the Gum Pod. It's twice as rare. And I got it. So I can definitely find the Gum Pod. It will definitely, I can definitely do it. It's doable. I just gotta keep going at it. I gotta consistently hunt for it. The only way I physically can't find it is if I don't look for it. Gleam Sapphire got pot rarer than Emerald Ruby Sapphire Geklow. Also, Bronze Geklow. Here we go. Sapphire Gumpod is as rare as the Ruby Geklow. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong one. There we go. All right. Yeah, the Ruby Geklow and the Sapphire Gumpod are both 1 in 5,000. No, not trying to do all that. Oh no. Stop it. Everything's freaking out. Hold up. Here we go. Ran from a Gamma Halloween Cryo Cup. Oh, that's right. Let's see. T-Bread had Sapphire Zalia, so you can trade the Gleam one for each Rainbow Dusket. Oh, so you're out of luck. I already traded my Rainbow Dusket. It's how I got the Halloween Dusket right here. And some ads. I would have loved to get a Gamma Radiant Bun Puff or a Gamma Radiant Lunar New Year Bun Puff out of it as well, but I had to settle for a Bunnicky because like nobody at the time when I was looking for it was playing. Nobody had it. Huge over. I mean, it wasn't just for the Dusket. It wasn't just for the Dusket. There were other things involved. Even with everything else accounted for, by the way, it was still a huge overpay. But like, still, I don't particularly care. Well, I'm happy someone is excited about it, Speeder. Because in my eyes, the patch is just so boring. And then tomorrow we're getting a boring auto attacker. I can't. It's not an auto attacker. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. But yeah, I like the total trade I made for the with my Rainbow Dusket was an overpay on my end, but it's not. It wasn't just 1-for-1 with the Halloween Dusket. Oh wait, I forget. Did they rerun the color? No, they didn't. Okay. Could have sharked an extra. Well, so I have a policy of not trying to involve more than like the trades, like one trade, because then that kind of opens yourself up to potential scamming. So I traded it for 4 Loomians. I tried to get 4 high value Loomians. Well, I tried to get Dusket and things I was looking for. So I got what? I got the Halloween Dusket. I got the Gamma Christmas Metronet. I got the Gamma Radiant Lunar New Year Bunnecky. I would have preferred it be Bun Puff, but nobody had Bun Puff. And I got what, a Gamma Rainbow Florant. So like the Gamma Rainbow Florant is something I can trade. I mean, it would be cool if it, the Soul Burst would keep it, but it doesn't. So I can trade that. So like in terms of value, I lost pretty big. But I got three things I really wanted, and then the 4th thing I can use is, to help me get other stuff. So it was. Yeah, I didn't see it as the worst trade in the world. Got Gamashachi for 15 vouchers. Oh no, that sounds pretty good. I'd say doing 15 nightmare raids takes a lot less time than hunting a Gamashachi. I would say that's a pretty W trade. All 15 are the Gammas. Oh boy. You're so right, SA. I still need to do a couple more of the raids. One, to get the nimble one in case they ever add Soulburst reskins. And then two, Cosmic Joltooth is overrated. Base is way cooler. I disagree. I mean, you did say hot take. Yeah, I would say that's a hot take. Most people, I have to say most because you're like the one who prefers base over Cosmic. Maybe if they were to remodel, like if they were to update base Joltooth's model, maybe, but like Cosmic one is just so cool. Now, the most valuable Loomian in the game because Santa Ragoon returned. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Base lights up. Yes, it does. It's also an incredibly stiff model. Like the design, it's really good. I agree. Joltooth is awesome. My favorite Loomian. But oh wait. Is base orange? Okay, well I like the base Cosmic Joltooth more than the Gamma Cosmic. But I'd say all three of the Cosmic Joltooths are really good. The base and Gamma for the normal Joltooth I really like. Alpha, purple and green, kind of not my thing. But yeah, no, definitely all three of the Cosmic ones hit pretty hard. You think Alpha Cosmic is in third? Oh, so you would. Which one? Yeah, how would you order them, Noob? Because I think I agree. I would order them. Well, I would personally order them base, Gamma, Alpha. We're waiting for part 2 to Shadow Drop. You're right. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's fair, Gyarados. Because, yeah, Dusket was a Loomian that you couldn't get normally. You had to only get it through a contest. Or a giveaway. I agree. That does kind of suck. And I was very fortunate that I got a free one that they were willing to let me trade away. And trust me, I doubled and triple checked to see if I was okay to trade the Rainbow Dusket because I didn't want to step on anyone's toes there. $96 gold. That's a little bit. That's a couple gold. Once I'm done with this event, Speeder, I will get right back to getting my character ready to actually play the Mysterium. But yeah, oh, Gleam Sapphire Geklow. Yeah, I only need to find the 1 in 80,000. You're right. I found the 1 in 160,000, which means I can definitely find the 1 in 80,000. Sure. OMG, another Alpha Sapphire. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. $15 clean browser compounds in 40 minutes. Yeah, definitely. Yep. But oh yeah, I enjoyed the Rainbow Dusket like bounty hunts. Cause like, sure I could have just made a post and given it away, and I'm not, you know, hating on anybody who did. But like stuff like that, I prefer to make it so the community actually like interacts with the game. It's just a personal preference, which is why like the Icicles were all like bag of tricks tournaments. What happens next if I find the Sapphire? Well, I'm done hunting for the event. Bring back the OG RB. So, I think there was nothing wrong with the method, right? You know, because it was just like a little bounty thing. But they made it too easy. Like, if you took the raw odds of everything they were looking for, it was like a single find that was 1 in 500, roughly. And there were 12,000 people playing when that dropped. So, you do the math. An expected 24 people would be, you know, 24 people would be expected to find that on their first encounter. That would be correct, Booga. Like, I just feel like that Vari thing, they just didn't test. Or maybe they did test, but they didn't scale the map. They didn't consider the scale. What they should have done was have a list of things you have to grab. That would have taken more time. Correct, Joey. Correct. Oh, so here, the thing with that stage is like they still have it. They can still do it. Heck, it could be part of the little daily missions that they teased. They could still do that. No, I think it had to be caught that day, Gyarados. The issue was it was 12,000 people looking for a 1 in 500 encounter. And there were only three people who could turn it in. So, like, yeah. It was going to be found extremely fast. Like, you've seen that we've got these alpha, like the Alpha Gun Pod, the Alpha Sapphire Gun Pod was found within 5 minutes. And only had like a couple thousand people playing. That's a 1 in 80,000. They had a 1 in 500. Nah, they've already said that the Mecha Obsidian's going to be was Discord exclusive. I don't think that thing's coming back. It was a big deal for everyone, or it was a big deal for me because everyone wanted it. I don't know. I don't know if it was a big deal. It was cool seeing the stream number be as high as it was. You know, I had like 600 viewers, and like, yeah, that's cool. But I also understood that was a one-time thing. It was cool though. Like it felt like, I don't know. I don't know how to word this properly, but it felt like a proper like game and content creator collaboration. And I don't know how else to word that. But yeah, and then they used my idea as an inspiration for the Bari. And it was cool to see that they used my idea. But then I was like, oh boy, they made it way too easy. You don't have the gunpowder on your last boost? Oh no. I'm sorry, man. I've got like 140 tokens left on this guy and 40 tokens left on my ult. So pretty soon here we're gonna be going back to solo account hunting. Which sucks because I don't have a celebration disc. Take credit for my idea? Well, they based the Rainbow Rick NPC off of me. Like, they straight up asked me if I was cool with it. So in a way, I am in Loomian Legacy. In a way. Sue the devs? They literally asked me. Identity fraud? No, they asked me. They asked me if I was cool with it. I can't just say, yes, I'm cool with it, and then sue them. Can't do that. Jeez. You know, next time I shouldn't bring a near full cup of water onto a treadmill. Like, it didn't spill, but it's a good thing I learned how to walk in a way that doesn't like fake anything. Those years in marching band really paid off. Could they ever ask me for being a secondary balancer? Yes, they could, but they won't. Yeah, I'm on a treadmill. Yes, I was in marching band. But yeah, they could definitely ask me to be secondary balancer, but like they won't after the Nemori situation. Actually, I got quote unquote rehired as the unpaid intern. Am I using the hunt on an all? I'm emulating my phone. Okay, well, okay. I don't think it would be. I think it's disingenuous to say that Lucky stabbed the devs in the back. Okay, I would say he's not quite at that level. I think he was obnoxious. I think the way he handled the whole Protagon thing was obnoxious. And then, like, him criticizing them for pretty much everything, like, yeah, you could see that as annoying, but like, yeah, he just has a more cynical take on Loomian Legacy now, and I think that's okay. He's had personal experiences with them that left him with a sour taste in his mouth. Could he handle it better? Sure. But is he doing anything inherently wrong at this point in time? I would say no.
saying the same stuff he always has been on Twitter. Like, yeah, he could definitely handle it better, for sure. Thoughts on Lucky's tweet a few days ago? I don't follow him on Twitter, so I don't know what tweet you're talking about. Gonna do band in college, too? Ah. You shall never know how this guy multitasks. I mean, I'm walking on a treadmill, and I have both games pulled up on a monitor. I have an ultra wide monitor, so I just have the two windows sitting next to each other, and I'm clicking back and forth. And then on the far left of my monitor, I am looking at chat. So it's not as difficult as you think. But yeah, in terms of the whole secondary balancer thing, if they ever wanted one, yeah, they could just add. But the thing is, while I am of the opinion that a proper balance team should always consist of more than one person, that only applies if the game itself has a more in-depth care for the state of competitive. If they're not trying to push a competitive game, then why? I don't think they need a second balance. And something tells me they're not trying to push this as a competitive game, guys. Leaving Twitter was the best decision in your life. Only on it again for your game's official account. Well, so here's the thing. You can a lot of people just tend to be addicted to the For You tab, when you can personally tailor everything you see on Twitter by only looking at the accounts you follow. And that's what I do on Twitter. I only look at the following tab, and whenever I get tired of seeing something, I stop following it. Like, you know, Lucky's constant, you know, comments about Loomian Legacy kind of got old for me, so I stopped following. Now, that's not to say I suddenly dislike Lucky HD as an individual. No, I found that part something I didn't want to see every day, so I unfollowed it. Like, I noticed I was always getting into arguments with him because I felt obligated to respond to his takes. And so I was like, okay, I'll just unfollow him. Simple as that. And now my Twitter. I mean, my Twitter feed is, I mean, as of right now, yeah, no, it's pretty good. I only see things I would have an interest in. Do a lot of people on Twitter respond to posts? I don't know. I don't particularly keep up with the stats on that. Okay, yes, his game isn't in a great spot, but would I find it ironic that he's criticizing a game when his own game isn't doing well? Not particularly, because there's only so much of the game that he personally can control. Just because he works on another game doesn't mean he has full control over everything that happens with it. He does what? Modeling and animating? I don't know if he does anything else on Tales of Terraria. I don't see how that translates to him having full control over everything in the game and thus making it his complete responsibility on how it turns out. Didn't I have a Loomy Talk podcast with Lucky? They invited me on for one, and that was it. I was not a part of the podcast. I was just invited on for one little thing. That's all that was. I wasn't any official member of their little podcast. We didn't eat podcast. I can hardly speak enough on stream. You think I could go for an hour talking? I am the worst person for a podcast. Unless you like want to ask me questions, but I'd be the worst host. I would definitely be the worst kind of host or main member. But if I were to be asked on and had questions thrown my way, sure. You'd watch a Need Speeder podcast? Well, again, the issue isn't... The issue is more so that I can't hold a conversation for that long. I can't talk for that long. Like, my brain always finds a way to end a conversation as fast as it can. He's more talented than animating and modeling. Well, yeah, a lot of people like to be disingenuous and just refer to his work when he was, like, what, 16? Where he first started trying? Or even before 16. I believe he was making, like, little fan models for Loomian way earlier than that. But, like, yeah, back then he wasn't good at it. But then that's the kind of thing everybody will pull back and throw in his face, which is disingenuous for sure. Obviously, he's going to get a lot better the more he does it. And he has gotten a lot better. You better to talk less and listen more? Well, I couldn't tell you what's better. I am socially inept. I am completely and totally socially inept. I couldn't tell you what's better. You like his work, but you feel he's toxic. I mean, I don't know how he handles himself normally nowadays, so I can't really comment on that. But yeah, being able to separate the quality of one's work with how they carry themselves as a person, that would be very cool. But yeah, in terms of helping you socially, yeah, I am the last person you want to ask. He's an adult now? Yes, he is. He's in his 20s. Early 20s. At least I think he's in his 20s. I'm almost in my 30s, guys. I'm almost dust. Heard something about a podcast. They asked, somebody asked if I were brought up when I was on like Lucky and Armenti's little podcast thingy back in the day. And the whole talk of podcasts started. Too much time on Twitter posting about stuff about Loomian Legacy rather than interesting stuff. I mean, Twitter, I see it as something where you kind of post whatever you want. Like, yeah, you could just stay completely on brand. Sure. But, I don't know. I feel Twitter is inherently unprofessional. Let's be real. Twitter is like the furthest thing from a professional platform that you'll ever see. And anybody who tries to treat it as such, I feel like they're trying too hard. They're thinking too much. You just don't want to see his Loomian takes. Well, yeah. So that's the thing you have to ask yourself: does he post enough cool stuff for you to justify following him and putting up with seeing his Loomian stuff? And yeah, back when I unfollowed him, I was like, yeah, it ain't worth it. I just always argue with him. It's not worth it. Like, could I have shown more restraint back then? Yes. I'm not saying I'm a perfect individual. Far from it. Y'all have seen some of the things I've said about people. Or groups of people, aka stallers. You've seen how I react to some stuff. I am far from a perfect individual. I was so young in the PvP days. Yeah, I was an adult that whole time. From the moment you saw me online with Brick Bronze, I was already an adult. GOT devs shot themselves in the foot by hiring Lucky. Well, I don't necessarily agree with that. I think making him the community manager was a mistake. Putting him on the team at all, that wasn't a mistake. I think just the community manager aspect. At least back then. I don't know about now, but back then it was a mistake. He wasn't ready for it. I don't know about now though. Couldn't tell you. What exactly I argued with Lucky about again? I mean, we just disagreed on a lot of different things. Like, he would post his takes on like something Loomian related, and I would disagree, and then we would argue. And so it wasn't necessarily a thing of we argued with each other because we just hated each other's guts or something. No, it was just we inherently disagreed with a lot of things regarding Loomian. And that's as deep as that gets. It was just disagreements about Loomian Legacy. Now, if you're asking me to recall specific arguments, well, sorry. They didn't really mean all that much to me, so I don't really remember any of them. Imagine TOT without Lucky being a dev. Well, I don't know how any of the other modelers are or animators, so I couldn't tell you how like the visual aspect of TOT would be. I couldn't tell you, so I can't really imagine it. I just don't know any of the other modelers or animators. I guess the only thing I could tell you is if Lucky wasn't there, we wouldn't have had the whole it's going to change the way you see creature capture games on Roblox forever. Like that wouldn't have been a thing that people talk about. That would definitely not have come up. That's kind of like the main reason TOT gets a lot of crap, is because of that statement. The launch was way too egotistical? No. The launch wasn't egotistical. The launch was buggy and didn't work. It was just a bad launch. The game wasn't ready for it. It was just a bad launch. And then it was also a bad relaunch. Because again, the game wasn't ready. So, Lucky is cursed for TOT. I don't know if he himself is cursed. He made a bad call with how he advertised the game. He made a bad call. Insincere through TOT and learned they're cooked with catch a brain rot. Oh. I don't know if insincere is the right word for TOT. Because the devs involved are sincerely trying to put out something, like they're trying to put out their vision. The issue was it didn't work. I don't know if that's insincere. I would say that it was POT was too ambitious for like. I don't mean this in like any kind of bad mouthing way, but the level of the level of skill that they had at the time versus what they wanted to put out just didn't match. If not for Lucky, relaunch could be better and less buggy. I don't think Lucky has much to do with that. Unless there's somewhere that's saying that Lucky forced the game to come out then like he didn't, it's not his fault. It's not exactly his fault that relaunch was super buggy. Unless he kind of forced the game to come out at that point, which again, I don't know. I don't know if that's public. I don't know. So I won't make that kind of claim. Until I see otherwise, it's not his fault. What drama did you cause? Oh yeah. Yeah, the Speeder Sonic V drama. Speeder Sonic V situation was crazy. Hello, Rogue. Ugh. Yeah, you're right. That was all me. I was the biggest bully towards Speeder back before I even knew he was an individual that existed on this planet. For those unaware of the lore there, back when Speeder was earlier in his content, like Loomian content creation, there was a back when Your Snack came out, I didn't know Speeder Sonic V existed, and so his clip of "So It's a Wall Breaker" came out, and then people from my server were harassing him, and apparently it happened consistently and relentlessly. And it got to a point where someone DM'd me about it, and I was like, oh, shoot. And so I had to tell people, hey, it's kind of not cool to yell at a person just because they said a funny thing. And then Speeder went into my DMs and thanked me, and then pestered me for like a month, and then I talked to him, and then I continued to talk to him. Well, yeah, they heard that clip, Corey, and then they trashed on him because he's not a competitive player. He plays casually. Moral of the day, pestering his DMs. So true, yeah. Except don't do that. Be less to Lucky in advertising and taking... it wasn't as bad as Utopia. I don't know anything about that. Not really that you pestered me? Okay, buddy. Yeah, I may be exaggerating pestering because, like, he didn't actually annoy me. I just didn't respond. But, like, he sent me a few DMs, and I didn't really respond to them. So nothing's changed? Wow. Yeah, now if I don't respond to him in 5 minutes, it's the ghosting of a lifetime. But yeah, what happened to Fairlight? I'll just summarize it as this. As far as you should be concerned, it doesn't exist. That's all you need to know. As far as you should be concerned right now, it doesn't exist. You did something bad to Speeder? Okay. Elion's win? I don't know. Is Celestine good for the raid? Not really. It is weak to both Thunderclap and Earthquake. It will die. Oh, apparently my OBS disconnected. We're back. Hello. Apparently OBS just randomly disconnected. Fairlight gave up. That's not what I said. I said as far as you should be concerned right now, it doesn't exist. What's up, Game Watch? But will it will exist in a million years? That remains to be seen. Okay, let me rephrase it. No, it hasn't been given up on, but no, it doesn't actually exist. Both are true. Karam, I don't know where you are. I'm a level with you. You're somewhere, all right. From a balancer perspective, what do you mean? To the point that he blocked and temporarily banned him. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that sounds about right. Will it release before Route 9? That one's rough. In the YouTube chats. Perhaps. It's possible. Oh, I have 40 seconds left on this boost and 7 encounters until pity. I'll tell you what's not happening. Pity. Gleam Burroach, please. Oh boy, I can't wait. How about a Gleam Gold Geklow? How about that? I don't have that one yet. At least, yeah, I don't have that one written down, yeah. Geklow G. There we go. And because I don't have it yet, it'll be go in an actual disc, I guess. Here, have that. I clicked the wrong game. There we go. All right, there we go. All right, let's go for another hour. Gonna rebalance the whole game as the routes get reworked. I mean, I believe he means more so in like a story aspect, like the level up moves, because there are some tragic level up moves. There are some very tragic level up movesets. Babor gets no melee earth move until evolving. I mean, you could say that that's a form of like balancing because it has a very strong ability for that stage of the game. So I don't think I'm personally bothered by Babor itself not getting an early earth move because its ability is so strong in the early game. It's okay to criticize TOT for being in development for 5 years and they're not even halfway through their story. I mean, it's okay to have opinions about the game, but to say that it's been in dev for 5 years. But the thing is, it hasn't even been out. It's been out for what, 2? I would say base it on what's happened since it's come out, not what happened before. What have I gotten this live? Oh, that's an alpha shot. You die. I've gotten what, a alpha gold Geklow, but that's also a bronze, but that's it. Not this stream, but last stream I got that. And now I'm going for the gun pod. I mean, I was always going for it, but like now it's like gun pod's all that's left. Thought Jimmy meant that the NPCs would scale on your level. I mean, I could see it, but it'd be interesting to see how they handle something like that. Alright, see ya, Booga. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, Rogue. I gotta level with you, Rogue. Sometimes I read your message, but I don't read it out loud. So I don't think you need to constantly say it until I read it out loud. Sometimes there's just not much I can add to what you say. So I don't. You don't want YouTube to send your messages. So true. But yeah, the overworld encounters, I don't know. Don't pop Bankai. You're so right. I need to calm down. Yep. Getting very heated. Yep. I mean, don't worry about it. I mean, I haven't said anything until now, so how are you supposed to be expected to know about that already? So, you're good. Just letting you know. But yeah, sometimes I just don't have anything to add on, so I don't bother bringing it up. Yeah, as for the overworld encounters, I'm kind of indifferent on them. Not particularly something I care about. But I can see why that it's a big deal, because obviously Roblox, like, players want more visual stimuli. And so having the creatures appear on screen while you're moving is, you know, objectively good. Oh, Karim with the super chat? Thank you very much, Karim. I do like money. We all like money, I think. Oh, actually, no, I hate money. It's just a necessary evil. So I appreciate you alleviating, or I appreciate you lending a hand. Super chat was worth 22 streams. Oh no. Yeah, Game Watch, he did bring that up. The community did not respond well to that, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. The community did not respond well to that. And my personal take on it is, I feel like they're focused too hard on restricting what the player can do, rather than making the bosses respond to the various player strategies. It's a lot more fun when you're more open to try different strategies and have the boss react to them, rather than the battle itself completely just remove the ability to do said strategy. And now, obviously, there are outliers, right? Like Final Ruse or Conclusion. That's different. You shouldn't be able to instantly KO raid bosses, that's for sure. But I mean, for the most part, it should be more focused on responding to strategies rather than restricting strategies. Because I feel like if you just restrict everything, it's just artificially difficult. But I also understand that it's much easier to develop them that way. But I also don't personally care what's easier. I care about what's more fun. That's TOT's next update? Oh, I don't know. Like how, though? Okay, say, for instance, that they didn't want the boss to be cheesed by just completely removing their stats by, say, like, cram bots or something. So instead of disabling it entirely, which obviously they haven't, but as an example, what they do is they have the boss respond to that if their boosts are stolen, they flip the stats of the thing that stole them. So, like, it inverts the stat boost. So if you get, like, +3 melee attack, it inverts it into -3. So in the vein that you still succeed in removing the boss's boosts, it doesn't let you abuse them yourself. So, you just work that into your strategy rather than having it completely removed. Now, in the case of healing, disabling healing after a certain bar, I think what should happen is if the boss sees you healing, it responds by hitting you again. And now, in that sense, it doesn't completely disable the strategy, but now you have to take into the account that you have to be able to withstand 2 hits to be able to actually do the healing. That way, something like Wobelisk is still usable, but not as free. So if it Luster loots your health, or its health back, you just use Perish Song. Okay, like I just said, some things like Final Ruse and Conclusion. Like, there are obviously outliers. You just want ranked? You know what? Fair. Need Route 8 to come out, or not 8, Route 9 to come out so rank can come back. Well, yeah, it for sure game watch, but I think if they don't want it, it should be designed to be like adaptively difficult rather than restrictively difficult. Yeah, that's my take on raid bosses. They shouldn't restrict you. They should adapt to what you're doing. Route 9 before GTA 6, please. It'd be so funny if it was after. But no, when it comes to like Final Ruse and Perish Song, yeah, those just shouldn't work. That's kind of silly. Or we could take the funny haha route, where if you use them, the boss instantly wipes you. Just like you get kicked out of the raid entirely for trying it. Like the boss attacks the trainer directly and they pass out and the raid fails. That way there's like, that way it's funny and very clear that it doesn't work. Well, like, maybe they use Pestilence? Well, I mean, Pestilence is fine. I think Pestilence is fine, as long as, like, the damage ticks are based on, like, each bar rather than the full bar. Does Final Ruse work on raids? It did on the first release of raids, but not anymore. Now it just fails. The event is buns? I mean, yeah, all it is hunting, so it's not exactly a fun event. But when have we ever got like a truly fun Loomian Legacy event? Top 5 games ever? I like both the Hollow Knights. I like Expedition 33. That one really stood out to me. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky. That one was really freaking good. For a fifth game, what really spoke to me? I'm trying to think. What really spoke to me? I mean, yeah, those 4 games are set for sure. Those games are all in the top 5. But what's my number? What's number 5? I'm just trying to think back as a kid. What really stood out the most? Oh, that's tough. Loomian? Oh boy, Loomian battles, for sure. Yeah, that's definitely there. Yeah, definitely. Brick Bronze? No, I wouldn't put Brick Bronze in my top 5 games. Nope. Like, yeah, like, yes, I know I'm known for Brick Bronze and Loomian Legacy. Like, that's kind of what made me known on the internet. But, like, that's kind of, in terms of a personal, like, influence, Brick Bronze didn't really do anything for me. Is E33 up there? Yeah. I have both the Hollow Knight games, E33 and Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky, with, like, top 4. I don't know what I would put in number 5. Trying to think. Blocktails? I never actually got all the way through Blocktails. Were there any fun games back in the Fossil era? Oh boy. I mean, Fossil Fighters was dope. I remember that. I'd say Final Fantasy IV. Yeah, Final Fantasy IV is my my number 5 pick. It was my first Final Fantasy game, and I really enjoyed it. Well, but yeah, no, Final Fantasy IV. I was gonna say Bravely Default, but then I remember I never technically finished it. So Bravely Default would probably be like 6. But no, Final Fantasy IV is my number 5. So yeah, if I had to order them, I would say Hollow Knight, Silk Song, Explorers of Sky, E33, Final Fantasy IV. That would be my top 5. Yeah, there we go. Why'd they ban Dracovish in Pokemon Showdown? Well, it hit too hard. Vicious Rend is one heck of a drug. Bro only plays Loomian for the views. I mean, would a game that takes this long to really add content really strike someone as their favorite game? Like it's like I don't really like the story. I think it's I don't like the writing. Like the plot in Loomian Legacy until you reach the museum in Atlantean was just go from rock to rock. And then like the Pollute Corp kind of got in your way on one of the rocks. and then the museum hit, and then you got like all of the lore dropped on you all at once. Like, I don't know. I wasn't a fan of it. Same with Brick Bronze. I wasn't a fan of the story. Your parents were kidnapped the moment you left the town, and the professor sends you to one of his friends, and his friend tries to take the thing that your parents gave you. Wow, I wonder if the professor is a bad guy or not. And I get that kind of foreshadowing was lost on a lot of people who played it because they were really young, but you know, I kind of clocked it immediately. Brick Bronze story is one of the reasons it was so loved. No, I disagree. People can say that all they want, but really the only thing about Loomian's story was that they shoved a lot of legendaries in your face to create hype moments. As the kids would say in this day and age, hype and aura. Like, that's really all the story had going for it. I wasn't really a fan of the story. The Hoopa movie as a game? Oh boy. What views does Loomian garner? True. I mean, back in the day, it garnered plenty of views. If you look at some of my top viewed videos, there are tens of thousands of views on them. Obviously, it doesn't garner any views anymore, but it did back in the day. Brick Bronze did kind of just throw red legendaries at every row. Like, it started up with the second gym. You got Groudon, and then you immediately got Kyogre, and then you met in Anthean City you had Palkia Dialga. You had the legendary beasts that were right before then. I don't remember what there was with the Radia. I don't think there was a legendary. Like, there were some side ones with, like, Victini, Jirachi. And then, you met the Lotties at some point. Most popular videos of Doodle World video? Yeah, I remember that. My most popular video, my most viewed video, is a video that wasn't giving me any money until 3 weeks after it was posted. Like, it said it was monetized, but it generated zero money. Like, YouTube gave me no money for it until, like, 3 weeks after. So, while it was my most viewed video of all time, it was also, like, one of my least profiting videos. So, that was funny. It made me very salty. But it's alright. So when LL2 drops, it's all nostalgia. You're so right, SA. Jake evil or broken? Well, he definitely wasn't evil. He did what he thought would help his friends, but he really wasn't evil. Like, he was always the double agent when it came to, like, joining Team Eclipse. Obviously, it wasn't directly told to the players immediately that that was his intention. But that's just how it was. All right. But yeah, no, Brick Bronze and Loomian Legacy are not top 5 games. I mean, yeah, the most talked about parts of Brick Bronze story are the beginning, Valky Dialga, and Jake's betrayal. Those are like the big 3 mentions of Brick Bronze story. Udagon's lore, yeah. I would say that was more interesting than what we have going on in the story. Oh yeah, he did do that, didn't he? I never watched it, but yeah, I remember him dropping that. It's just like Loomian Legacy lore is very uninteresting to me, so I never watched it. I'd imagine he took drama into account, Corey. I'd assume that makes up most of the iceberg. Drama. Does Dr. Vanta carry the story? I don't think anything carries the story. There isn't... Like, genuinely, I am completely and entirely uninterested in it. There's not a single aspect that interests me. Like, the most interesting thing... the most interesting thing I remember is the butler doing a backflip. Like, that's it. Starla Mystery not doing it? Nope, not really. What, Starla showed up on Route 8? And then what? You go through the beach, you go through Atlantean, and then now it's like super connected to the Soul Heart. Like, there, if you think about it chronologically, there was not a lot that built up for Starla. It showed up, it didn't do anything, and now it's like the big connection for Soul Heart. Like, there's just nothing. There was no real build-up. Some twist in Route 9. There's probably a lot of cutscenes in this update. Probably. I mean, I would assume so, considering it's taking so long. What's my favorite Loomian event? Well, I guess I have to say the... well, that Halloween event where I was at my luckiest, I guess, is my favorite, because it was the kindest to me. But yeah, there's just... Loomian lore just isn't interesting. And I don't blame anybody for that. Like, I don't play Roblox games for the story because I don't see Roblox game developers as story writers. Like, it is so rare that story writers actually want to make a game on Roblox. Like, it is very rare. That's why we need Fairlight. Oh boy. Oh boy. Did they talk about having a skip cutscene button? No, not that I'm aware of. If there was a skip cutscene button, then like the total playtime of a Loomian Legacy story update would drop by like 80%. Yeah, Corey, that's kind of how I see the events. Since my favorite event is the one that actually gave me stuff. So, like, this one's up there because it gave me an actual target find. Although I guess I'd have to say, like, the Forsaken collab was really good, just because, like, there was something more than spinning in a circle. There was, like... There was a bit of effort put into the whole Noli Metronet bit. Like, that was cool. Yeah, was it really short? Yes, but was it cool? Yes. Yeah, Mochibi, it does suck that it didn't come in summer. I agree. Yeah. It's crazy that they wanted this update to come out last November, and it's been pushed back this far. Like, what could have happened back then to make them possibly think it was going to be in November? Like, in my head, I have to assume that they got to a point where they were cool, but then they were like, wait, this update kind of sucks without X, Y, and Z. And the reason it was delayed is because they added more stuff to make it a good update. Like, that's what I have to assume, right? Like, they just feel like the scope of the update wasn't good enough. So they pushed it back. Pick some tomatoes from the garden. Nice. You weren't planning on doing the overworld stuff? I can see it. What do you mean? Why do I got the song that plays when parents get kidnapped and break Bronx? I don't. This is AZ and Floette's music from Pokemon Legends ZA. This is not the same track. Are LTS perfectionists? Well, if they were, then we wouldn't get a bunch of game-breaking bugs whenever they update. Like, let's be real. The game wouldn't break every time they update. I think someone named Wang in the chat put it perfectly. They just have an issue with scope. There's always the scope of the updates are always too big. Like, it should be a thing where they introduce these mechanics slowly, but still progress the game. I think they made the map bigger. I mean, they did say it's the biggest map they've ever made for the game. It is the game's largest map. I think it's a thing where I don't think they should limit themselves on like adding new mechanics, but they should really make it so that they balance the mechanics they add in one update. Like, if they want to do the overworld, cool. Make it come with an update, but also they're adding. I guess they're adding other features, but those features should also kind of come with an update on their own while they progress the game. Is that easier said than done? Absolutely. 100%. Because then it'd be harder for each update to make sense in the context of where they're at in the game's progression. Like, they add the features one at a time in a way that lets them progress the game, so that each progressional update doesn't take so long. But I also understand that what I just said is a lot easier said than done. Because then pacing the mechanics you add, like, I would assume that the reason that this update's taking so long is that these mechanics all make sense to be added with Route 9, given what Route 9 is. That's my assumption. But even still, I think it's due to the creep in scope that they have for the game, that all of it has fallen out on Route 9. So yeah, that's just how I think about it. It's just crazy that they wanted this update out in November last year, and we're still all the way out here with no real insight as to when it's dropping. We're what, 9 months out now? Almost 9 months out from the other, from when they wanted to update before. We're almost 9 months out and we still have no real clue as to when it could possibly drop. I mean, I think they are kind of doing that, right? Because they said that there's some, like, village also included, like the Heartpine or whatever. So I think there are sub-areas in Route 9. Well, Big, we know that the raids are coming with Route 9 because the expeditions are raids. So we are getting, like, the whole raids thing with Route 9. Yeah, kind of like Kanoko Village, yes. You don't remember hearing that? Well, I believe it was in one of the little teasers. I have to look back. I have to look back on the teasers. So what? Their roadmap was what? Route 9, and then reworking old maps, and then trading 2.0. Or was it Route 9 rework, Frostvale trading 2.0? Was that the order? Yeah, actually, I think that was the order. Route 9, old maps rework, Frostvale, trading 2.0. We're getting the other expeditions on release? I don't know. They did say it was only going to be raids. And the thing about the whole expeditions thing is, like, what, they released that little trailer thing 3 months ago. I don't think in the 3 months that they added other aspects to the expeditions. I'm a level with you. I think it's still only raids. Equipments aren't easy to get. Well, we know that there are rewards in the expeditions. And we know the expeditions are being made difficult. So, I don't know. I think they're not going to be free to get at the very least. I assume that, like, once you learn to optimize the different expeditions, then they will be easier to get, but I don't know. Maybe big, maybe, but like that would also include, if they rework old routes, that would also have to include reworking or redoing the cutscenes. And we know how much T-Bread M loves cutscenes. Especially considering the fact that they said they're still not done with Route 9 cutscenes. So that leads me to believe we're not getting the reworked routes immediately. So yeah, that's just my take. Given the fact that they're not done with Route 9 cutscenes, I think we're not getting the reworked routes with Route 9. And, which then just leads me to believe, what has taken it so long? If they're still not done with Route 9 cutscenes, that kind of makes one believe that the old routes aren't coming with the update, because that would also have to include redoing those cutscenes. And if they aren't done with Route 9's cutscenes, then, like, why would we believe that those cutscenes are done? Well, here's the thing about that, Steam, is I believe that they're redoing the old routes because of this whole overworld thing. And given the size and layout of the current routes, I don't think it would work very well. So it feels like because of the overworld thing, they have to redo the old maps so that it works. So I have a feeling that even after Route 9 drops, we're still gonna get pretty slow updates because they're gonna have to redo old cutscenes. A good question. Yeah, a good question, SA. It just depends on like how much is getting redone. How much was made with Overworld in mind. Yeah, Big. I would assume that Duskgate would get its actual remodel once they redo the cutscene in Gale Forest. Well, so my thing about the whole Haiwa thing is I would presume that they had a lot of Haiwa Village done when they released the game. In year one we got the game, trading, PvP, Haiwa, Riley Ranch, and Mastery, and then Sephirite was the beginning of year two. And it was like, and then in year two we got Sephirite, we got Route 8, and we got UMV. And then year 3 we got nothing, sadly. Year 4 was the beach and Atlantean Part 1. Year 5 was Part 2. Year 6 was PvP 2.0. And year 7 was nothing so far, or was nothing. Have Route 9 be like a Safari Zone, kind of like how the trenches. Well, based on some of the teasers, it doesn't seem like Route 9 is going to be a Safari Zone. Yeah, Game Watch, I would assume the same thing. It's just the cutscenes are the biggest issue. Like, cutscenes have always been the biggest issue. Like, you could have all the old maps built already, but, like, the cutscenes will always hold this game back. But yeah, you saying that Route 9 should just be a Safari Zone with that mechanic in place, that Zerzaya already confirmed that Overworld will just be with Route 9 on release, but like the rework of the old routes is to implement those in the future. Like, Zerzaya already said that. Like, the reality is they're reworking the old stuff to make Overworld work. I mean, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen, Big? Like, yeah, they said that the second coder's getting used to the flow of things. Who knows how they're going to split the work up. But, like, until we get more stuff, we're always going to have to know. We're always going to have to assume that cutscene's going to hold it back. I mean, it just depends on what their plans are for the future. Like, after all this reworking, how is game development going to flow? Two-story updates a year asking for too much? I would say no. I would say no. In a normal scope, no, that's not asking for too much. Is it too much for Loomian? So far, yes. But like a normal request from a game development perspective, no. Asking for 2 meaningful updates or 2 like big content updates a year, no, that's not asking for too much. It's just Loomian is a game that doesn't work at that pace. That's just the reality. They work too slow. They're just too slow. So yeah, we just kind of have to. We just got to play the game when it's interesting to us. You don't want to see Loomian die? I'm a level with you. It's pretty dead. In terms of like a media perspective, it's pretty dead. Now, obviously, it's not dead until they're just completely done working on it, but in a media perspective, it's already dead. It's hard to see a future where they come back and are consistently relevant. It's hard to picture that. People have given them multiple chances, but the game is always too slow to deliver. That's the reality of it. You want them to finish the game? I mean, yeah, it would be cool. I think they will finish it. It's just going to take forever. I mean, I'm a level with you, Big, that if Brick Bronze was never taken down, I think Brick Bronze would be the same as like Murder Mystery 2, where you wouldn't need weekly updates. But that's only because it's Pokemon. Like, if Loomian Legacy was in the state it's in, but it had Pokemon, it'd probably be fine. But, yeah, that's just not how it is. Did I find an emerald? Like a general emerald, yes. I found an emerald Geklow near the start of the state. Alpha? No, I've not seen an alpha emerald. Yeah, I might be a pile of bones by the time they end the game. Yeah, Sage, probably. That's just how it works. Well, that's the thing, Steam. They don't seem like a group that wants to hire more people. Like, sure, we got the second coder, but I don't think they're looking to hire number 3, 4, 5. I just don't think that's something they want to do. I'll be in my 40s by the time it's finished, man. And I'm not even 30 yet. Everything's remodeled, level up, learn sets rebalanced. Oh boy. Isn't the dev team just a friend group? I believe so. You got Lando and T-Bradem, the siblings. Hey, look, a Gleam Gold Gum Pod. You got Chipple. I mean, I don't know the whole team. I'm a level with you. Where are my gold Gum Pod? Oh, I almost ran from that. Oh, I'm at 5 gold Gum Pods. Isn't that fun? Oh, didn't mean to mute that. There we go. Yeah, I agree, Epic. Yeah, Lando and T-Bread are brothers. They are indeed. Yeah, this was stuff we knew back in Brick Bronze. They obviously aren't super public about it nowadays, but like back in Brick Bronze days, we learned they were brothers. Yes, they do, Kenway. It's just a built-in experience share. Like, that's just how it is. Why is there no free experience share in Loomian? I don't know. Well, there technically is, right? Your benched guys get free experience, although it's severely nerfed. Your 2 benched guys only get 25% of the experience. It's so bad. They need to gigabuff that. Yeah, that needs super gigabuffed. Wait, did I ever log into Unite today? I don't remember, but I'll figure that out after the stream. I think the experience boost behind Mastery is fine. Rewards you for doing the extra things in the game. I mean, in terms of quality, Steam, it is very well made. Very well made. What I think shouldn't be behind Mastery, though, are like actual Loomian encounters. Because it turns what would be a side, like an optional mechanic for you to interact with, into something required if you want to like actually complete your decks. The Mastery rewards are pretty bad, though. Oh yeah, they do lock your access to buying those things to behind Mastery, huh? You remember when gummies were actually important? Hey, it's cool that they're not. I'm glad that they feel more optional. Yeah, Rejuvenate and Flash and Flee are locked behind Mastery, correct? Like, Mastery should be a side mechanic, but it feels required for a lot of different things. Back when we had to remember which Rock 5 trainer we had to beat up. Oh. It's level 39 where all the relevant ones are out, or when you get all the relevant ones. Like, level 39 is the yo-yo. 51, I believe, is when you get Flash and Flee. Yeah, Jewel Fruit isn't all that required. Like, Jewel Fruit is good for starting a fresh rally. Like, if you have something with absolute trash UPs, you could pair it with something with great UPs and use the Jewel Fruit. But other than that, Tootie's just better. Yeah, that would suck, Corey. I hope that doesn't happen. You only replay the game to get ults for storage. Ooh. They also use Mastery as like as an ult deterrent for events, where you have to be a certain Mastery level to like buy the rewards, at least from like Milo or something. That's why my ult is like level 70 something. At least initially there was, Corey. You had to be like at least level 45 or something. Something like that to actually buy stuff from him. Will I use PvP mods for Out Night? No, I always use a story team for story updates. The raids and stuff, I mean, probably. Like, they're designed to be, like, from what Jamie's saying, they're designed to be difficult. So that's like, you're supposed to use, like, well-built stuff. Yeah, protein shakes being one per account is kind of stupid. I don't understand that game design decision. Why can you not buy more? Like, sure, unlock the ability to purchase them by doing the punching bag thing, but like after that, why are you limiting them to one? No, you can buy Drop of Youth from the Battle Coliseum shop. Protein shake is literally just one per account. You grind your ults, you can get so many shakes. Ooh. Ooh, I am definitely getting hungry. So after this boost wears off, I am done for the day. Does hunting in Igneous hurt my eyes? I don't know. I don't hunt in Igneous. Occasional price of 100 battle tokens. So true. And I do hope this gun pod appears on my ult, because that is where I have another celebration disc to throw at it. Otherwise, I have to settle with like wave or something, which would suck. Comparatively, at least, to the celebration. Wheel disc it? Yeah, no. That ain't happening, bucko. Live by the wheel disc, die by the wheel disc. You're so right. I choose death. But yeah, these boosts are beginning to run out. I'm 2 minutes on my ult, but a minute on my main, even though the minute's been sitting there for a little while. I don't know. Oh man. Oh wow, I am really hungry. Wow. That's kind of crazy. Boostless hunting is worth it? Yeah, okay, buddy. These gem guys get absolutely no boost without boost tokens or the game pass. Like, they have base odds, but they are boosted by the game pass by 4 times and tokens by 64 times. It's crazy. Oh, last encounter on these. And there we go. We got Jack Diddly Squad. Well, didn't get much this stream. I mean, I got a gold Geklow and Gunpod. So I guess that's something. But with all that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day, morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever it is. Get a good one. Bye-bye.